Hello, my guest is Amrita Sethi, first NFT artist in the UAE. Welcome, Amrita. Nice to have you here.
Thank you so much, Ersoy. It was such a pleasure to be here.
Also, I'm very excited to talk with you for a long time and for a very interesting topic. Now, I know that you are coming from a traditional banking background, we can say CFI, centralized finance, but now you are dealing with NFT, we can say DeFi, decentralized finance. How did this happen? What made you change this career?
Well, it was actually 3 years ago where I decided to, after I've been in the corporate sector for very many years, I've worked with some of the world's largest financial institutions like HSBC Zurich, and then from there, I wanted to actually do my own thing, and I wanted to be an entrepreneur. But while I went to do that, I actually wanted to be an entrepreneur in the financial world. But I discovered, and I think I went back to my childhood passion of art, which I think sometimes we all have hobbies and passions that we wish we had pursued, but actually we ended up not pursuing, right? So I then connected to that artistic side, where I then became an artist. And it wasn't until really lockdown in 2020 during COVID that I actually discovered NFTs. And I discovered it in a way that because I have been a banker and I've been in finance, I was able to understand blockchain technology and then NFTs very quickly, which I think put me at advantage to most other artists.
Yeah, I can imagine. Then how can you define your art? What is unique about your art? What exactly you are doing now? And also in future, what are your plans?
So imagine if you could see sound, right? So that's what I've done. I've created an art style called sound bites, where you're able to actually see the representation of sound. So what I first do is I first say a word or a city or concept. I could even say Bloomberg, for example, and I capture the shape and structure of the sound wave. And then what I do is I draw each of the lines of the sound wave to match the meaning of the word, and that creates a visual representation. Then what I've done is I've kind of combined storytelling, technology, and art all together, and that's why NFTs are kind of so perfect for me, because it allows me to tell that dynamic story. And by doing that, I've been able then to layer in other technologies. So I kind of use technology as a paintbrush, really. So I've kind of now introduced things like augmented reality into my work. And what I try to do is I try to bridge the physical world with the digital. So much so that I painted, we're at the DIFC in Dubai at the moment at the Bloomberg offices, but around the corner I've just painted the world's largest sound augmented reality NFT mural. And, from that, it's a physical mural. You can actually take, but when you layer on an element of technology, the augmented reality comes out and the whole mural comes to life.
Yeah, I have seen your example in the AFC. It was amazing, to be honest. Okay, let's talk about NFT a little bit more. I mean, what is happening in the NFT universe? And what does it bring to, I want to divide it into, for example, I'm an investor, I want to invest in NFTs. What are the opportunities? Or I am an artist or collector or sportsman. What are the opportunities for me?
Oh, well, NFT started as art, right? And that's where it was a kind of big, big introduction. And even that is also going to be something that's constantly evolving. So even, for example, my next project will be how I'm going to take art to Web 3.0 and do a massive, change the way we see, even the way we experience the current technologies that we're working on, and almost create a new language. So I'm super excited about that. But it's also about communities, right? So building the right type of community. So people want to also feel that they belong to a community. So a lot of NFT projects at the moment are combining art and community, and even, for example, even business, which incorporates people from all areas of life, as well as, even sports people. So there is, an example, there's an NFT community called Business Apes, right? Because, it's you have the Bored Ape Yacht Club that has come out. And that has then started a whole new movement of what it means. Not only, it's not just about the art. People are thinking it's just about the art, but it's about the community they're creating. It's about, you know, what are they giving back in the value that you're creating within that community, and where is the value as well, and what are they giving back to the community as well. So these kind of, I would say, these kind of NFT projects are where people can find value, and this is where collectors are coming in. And this is where business and technology and art are now beginning to find each other, because it almost becomes, you know, like a trading community where you're helping each other grow, but you're also getting value from it. So things like the Business Apes, or you know the Bored Ape Yacht Club, these are examples of projects that are really kind of helping to grow the community, and that's where I think a lot of value can be found.
Okay, from here I want to jump into another interesting topic, Metaverse. You know, crypto currencies are very popular still. NFT, but then there's something else. Everybody is now trying to get a piece of Metaverse.
Yeah.
So what's happening there? How will it change our lives? Can you like draw a picture how we're gonna use Metaverse?
So imagine you can, so now we go on a website, right? And imagine you can now go onto a website, and you don't know who else at the moment. Sorry, I'll start again. So imagine you've gone now to a website. We log into websites, but you can't see anybody else who's on that website, right?
Yes.
You just know that you're on it, and you can't interact with anybody else. In the metaverse, imagine being able to go into a website, but you're not just going into it. You are also, you've got an avatar that's going into that website, but you can see who else is on that website. You can interact with them. You can have a conversation with them. And this is really what the metaverse is all about. It's, you know, it's not just about a normal, this is what we're saying, the difference between, you know, the web and technology is progressing. And now with Web 3, and the metaverse, you're able to interact in a very different way. So when you said to paint you a picture, now imagine we are now doing this interview here at the Bloomberg offices in Dubai, and next thing you know is the audience is able to come in and join. So not that they're just watching the program, they're in it, they're interacting with us. And then we're like, you know, we say, oh, go and see Amrita's DIFC mural in the DIFC. We're able, all of us, to teleport straight away to that mural in the metaverse. People then say, oh, I want to buy something from, you know, Amrita's collection, or I want to know more about what's happening in this part of the world. It's just a click of a button and you're being able to purchase it or go into another part of the metaverse. So it's this kind of being able to access a whole different dimension, but it does and it will require a little bit of a different way to approach things. So mentally we'll have to just get over the shift and change, just like we've done in the past.
Okay. Now, last question is about the place where we are living now, Dubai. Dubai is such a futuristic city. It inspires me, and they are going to open Museum of Future on 22nd of February. So how does this environment vibe help you or the artists or, I don't know, coders coming to the city?
Oh, wow. I mean, I love Dubai. I've been here for 14 years, and I think the UAE and Dubai is extremely, you know, supportive of artists. I received the prestigious Golden Visa given to me by the Dubai Art and Culture for my contribution to the digital art market. And I think this is only just one example of how the UAE supports artists, but also when we start to look at the NFT and the DeFi space, is the UAE is fast becoming a really forward-looking platform and welcoming people from all around the world and providing the right platform for people, for businesses to grow, but also to change the world, because Dubai is a city of the future. But I love also the word museum of the future, because it's something already of the old, rooted in its past, but already into the future. And, you know, I love to create artwork that honors the UAE, and I've created a gold one in sort of celebration for the 50th anniversary, where it has the Museum of the Future, but it's got it's rooted in its Bedouin roots, but how it's looking forward for a whole new world of possibilities and bringing the world to Dubai.
Okay. Thank you, Amrita. It was great to have a conversation with you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.